Welcome to Forex.Today, the YouTube community of more than 20,000 foreign exchange traders. We gather here today to conduct technical and fundamental analysis with the overriding goal of planning your trades in advance. Let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. But please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Hey, my name is Wayne. Nice to see you. Nice to meet you. Welcome to the community. I've been doing live streams on YouTube since it was a tiny little startup before Google even bought it. So that means there's somewhere around 6,000 YouTube videos that I have contributed to society, all related to Forex. And that is probably close to 10,000 hours. Holy smokes. So I've been doing this longer than your last guru has probably even been alive. So cool. I've learned a lot of things in and about Forex. So why don't you ask questions? You're the boss. I'm a humble servant. Let me serve you a tasty treat. What do you need? What do you want? Let me know how I can help. In the description below, there's a link to my book. Please click it. You probably already own it, but would you please leave a review? Because on Saturday the 10th, I will start writing my next book. So wouldn't it be great to get to have the last one fully upped as far as reviews? That'd be great if you could leave a review. But how amazing is that? Yeah, Saturday the 10th, I will start clicking the keys and creating the future. Awesome yeah. Am I a millionaire? Well, I'm beautiful. Isn't that enough? What else? There's a link to FX Bootcamp. Why should you join FX Bootcamp? It'll help you become a better trader. Maybe it's the training videos. They're good. In fact, they're very, very, very good. You can learn some of the things I learned at Harvard for hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it'll cost you $88. If you join one of the live groups, and we have two, we have a day trading group that meets many times per week. We also have a swing trading group, which meets twice a week. Holy smokes. The training there is pretty good, but the community inside of that is second to none. You will find that you will become a better trader. Yes, because of the training. Yes, because of the guidance, the mentoring, but also the traders that you surround yourself with. Okay. Well, Aaron, that happens. I got that email, Aaron. Aaron got an email saying to repurchase. What you've done is you've put it into your shopping cart and then left because, well, you've already paid. So you should be able to log in. It's an automatic email that if you put something in your shopping cart and then not buy it, it's going to follow up with you. But you should be able to log in. If not, I'll email me again. But I think you should be able to get in there. Okay. All right. So anywho, the last thing I want you to do is visit tradersway.com. Click the link in the description below, and you will find an ethical, trustworthy foreign exchange broker. And guess what? They listen to their clients. Darko reached out to them recently, gave them some feedback. Hey, can you do this? Can you do that? And they did it. How amazing is that? Okay. How amazing is that? That's such, a real world example of a good company. A, they responded, and B, they did something about it. Really, really good. When was the last time you sent a suggestion to a company and got a response? Probably never. So thank you very much, Traders Way. Holy smokes. So there you go, tradersway.com. Ist gut, ja? They increased his swaps. Everyone swaps. All right. Let me show you this. Hang on. I have to go to an actual page. Un momento, por favor. By request, by demand, in fact, you asked for me to do a 2023 market outlook. And I said, yeah, I guess I'll do it. It's a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of time. And I started laughing. And I said, well, if you paid $10, I'll do it. And all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. A bunch of people paid the $10. So then I'm like, oh, shit. I'm going to actually have to do it. So I'm going to carve time out of my life, many, many, many hours of my life, to put together a 2023 market outlook. I'm going to do the presentation the 4th of January at 4 p.m. I will record it for those who attend, or of course, whoever buys a ticket here. And I'll leave the recording up for a couple of weeks. And then, like last year, I will take it down. Okay. Frank, 1.19 is fine. Yeah, that's nice. It would be as expected. Okay. Frank, a 1.19 is telling me that you earn more profit than, let's say you're more than fairly compensated for the risk that you took. So that's decent. That's good. You can do that all day long, and that'd be great. Okay. Closer to 2 is better. More than 2, you're doing something pretty fantastic, and people probably want to dig deeper and try to figure out what the heck that is. More than 3, there's something wrong, and most likely you're not either calculating it properly, or you're not going far enough back in time. So you could have 1 month of a 3 sharp. But nobody cares about 1 month. Okay. Oh, thank you. Last year's outlook was really awesome. Cool. Thank you for that. So anyways, here it is. Yeah, I suppose this year's. All right. So it's $10. So I'm going to do this. It'll be the 4th of January at 4 p.m. I'll do the recording live. If you can make it, great. If you can't make it, there will be a recording available for a couple of weeks, and then I'm taking it down. And thank you to those who have already signed up. Appreciate that. Okay, I just created this. Let me know if you have any trouble. I don't think so. Okay. And it's open to everyone, even non-members of FX Bootcamp. It'll let you into FX Bootcamp, but it'll only give you access to this event. What do you think? Noise? Noise. So I'll send out an email. All right. So, yeah, I'll send out an email. Let's take a look around. What do you stink? Yep, yep, yep. Is it rolling over? Well, look at the big test that we had yesterday. How do you sign up for the... it's not a course, it's a group. So you join FX Bootcamp, and then you upgrade your account. I just had FX Bootcamp open. I very rarely actually log into FX Bootcamp as a member. Okay, so you log in. Here's your membership. Oh, see, I got to get rid of that. Okay. So you go here, and there's the day trading group. There's the swing trading group. And you just upgrade your account. Oh, see, I got to learn. I got to delete that. I got to delete that. Okay, so pretty easy. So like if you try to get in here, I believe it'll lock me out. Yeah, I don't have permission. So I got to go here and unlock it. And that's how you unlock it. Okay, so you get the day trading group and the swing trading group for $1.99 a month. And so if you upgrade your account, it'll unlock the day trading group area and the swing trading group area. And then here's the training courses. This is what you get for $88 a month. Trade Planning Essentials, Introduction to Forex, Complete Guide to MT4, MT5, Forex Trading Basics, Technical Analysis, Principles of Price Action, Central Banking Fundamentals, Macroeconomic Principles, Swing Trading, 100 to 300 pips, Day Trading, 33 to 99 pips. So like to give you an example of what it looks like, you go into Macroeconomics Principles, and you get Lecture 1, Lecture 2, Lecture 3, Lecture 4, Lecture 5, Lecture 6, Lecture 7, Lecture 8, Lecture 9, Lecture 10. Got to go to the next page. Lecture 11, Lecture 12, Lecture 13. Oh my God. For $88 a year. Okay. So here's
all right, happy day, everybody. Welcome to Macroeconomics Lecture.
Skip ahead.
Macro, since we're focused on a macro, Mike, so what is macro? Okay, we identified what micro was, but let's differentiate now the difference between, hey, you're going to collect, that we need to organize as a society and sort of work together
Marx,
to produce Toyota,
Adam Smith,
take over, okay? And they need labor.
Go
to university and get an advanced using your capital to the full productivity.
It's beautiful.
Or to its full efficiency. Right?
It is like, it's no joke, college level training.
For example, sort of trade-off, you can make a car. But this is what goes through the process. The model shows you that this is all you need to do.
Oh my God.
So
never noticed that.
Let me show you the shift in the curve, and then we'll address these. But from completely different methods. So I asked Google,
look, it's really interesting. Like, this is literally college level stuff. Now, I don't know why I don't have sound. It's my speaker. I keep trying to forget to fix that. So, like, no joke, you're going to get a college level education. Okay, but how much is the oil course? I'm going to add it to FX Bootcamp at no additional charge. You're not going to get the part where I taught everyone that attended the live stuff. They got a 4-hour set of presentations on different techniques for trading it. That is going to be left for those that attended live and paid. But for everybody else, the lectures themselves will be made available soon for any active member of FX Bootcamp. Okay. You're welcome. There's a lot of giving today, huh? All right. Coolio. So anyways, I'm still looking for plan A, and I have not been rejected from plan A. The one thing that did occur yesterday, of course, is there was a rejection at R1. Yes, that's right. Any member of FX Bootcamp will have access to the oil trading course. Yes. You'll get all the lectures, yes. Just not the ones that were specifically focused on trading techniques, but all the other lectures, all of them. It was really amazing. I really enjoyed that course. I'm very, very, very pleased with how that turned out. All right. Anywho, rolling over. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Darko said after taking the course, 40% of his profits come from oil. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, that is a good payoff if you look at it that way. All right. I guess we should look at it, my oh my WTI. We had the wonderful rejection up in here. Okay. Then what? I got to delete this stuff. Then what? So, if you're going to use price action, you could look to sell today. Although the last I heard the stock market was trying to giddy up today. I don't know how long that'll last, right? But if you were going to go double top, lower low, lower high, that's probably going to happen in the next couple of hours. How can you get the other info? You'll have to pay the $250. But I'm probably going to tear that down anyways. I mean, you got to understand, we spent 3.5 months building that course, right? I spent thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, dozens of hours, plus I had a PhD working with me, and he worked many dozens of hours. I mean, it's just, it took a lot of energy and a lot of time to do that course. But that's the quality you're going to get at FX Bootcamp. No joke. It's something I'm proud of. Okay. Let's look at the stock market if you don't mind. Tear it down and delete it. Get rid of it. I might actually preserve it by putting it on its own website and see if Google will, gives it traffic. I don't know. It'd be interesting. Cool. All right, so here's the Euro 50, the Euro stock market. Okay, and it's a similar setup as oil. You have a top, okay, a lower low, and then maybe a lower high produces a lower low. Okay? And that would make it a trend. So that's what you're trying to look at. Okay? That's on a 4-hour. Hong Kong is bullish this week, but notice it just hit a take profit zone, but it's doing the opposite. So you would think maybe down and then up later. So that's the opposite of euro. the European stock market. Here is something very similar to the Euro 50. You have the DAX, which is German. Once again, we have a top with a lower low. So now you have a lower high scenario, which could lead to a new trend to the downside. Okay, it's been up. As you can see, my price action pivot points are indicating that there was a previous uptrend. But hey, a triple top, a lower low, it can lead to this. Not that it will. And again, with the longer term uptrend for the DAX, if it was going to go up, it needs to go up now and it'd have to make a higher high. But that would destroy the whole idea of lower high. So right now, you have the lower high setup. So you're currently using technical analysis for a day trade, for example. You're probably thinking that. And you can only think that until it makes a higher high, in which if you have a higher high, it just killed the downtrend. Okay? Yeah, still remember, catch it off the vertical separator to the meter run. Yeah. Yeah. Sell some natty, huh? Yeah, the virtual field trips help too. In fact, and again, I did have fun. Those were fun. It was a fun course. Yeah, the virtual field trips. Yeah. All right, cool. How about our NASI? Briefly yesterday, Tesla was down 70% from the high, this year's high. And I was thinking about buying it around negative 75%, and only went negative 70. And then the last time I heard, Tesla was up 3% this morning. But look at NASI. Okay, look at NASI. Oops, let me try to do it this way. Okay, there's the current bottom for NASI, and NASDAQ looks like she wants to go lower. What do you think? Yeah. Glorious. Glorious. Yeah. Glorious. Okay? Remember, in here is when we thought the profit taking of the Santa Claus rally would begin. Oh, for show. Do you think that has anything to do with the Fed meeting? I mean, think of it, guys. This is what I keep pushing you to try to let your winners run for longer. There's a lot of amateur retail traders that would have traded in here and either made a lot of money or lost a lot of money. And then they just kind of ignore it. They just stay focused on a 15-minute chart, and they're plucking out feathers out of the turkey. I don't know what that means, but it just sounded funny. Where imagine you shorted somewhere in here around the Fed meeting, and you're still short. Okay? So I'm triple leveraged, not the NASDAQ. I'm triple leveraged short the S&P 500, but it's the same idea. Man, oh man. So anyway, stock market's coming down lead to a risk-off scenario, which I've already outlined here a long time ago. Remember, my super secret fundamentally based alert service, I think it was 4107 was the projected high for the S&P 500. Not for the year, but for this time frame. And that it's down. And it has been. So thank you, super secret fundamentally based alert service. Awesome. So you can see my projection here. What did I do? Well, this is very similar to what I did for oil and for the Euro 50 and the DAX. Okay. you have a top, you have a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So here's your lower low. Here's your double top, which is a reversal pattern. Lower low, which confirms the reversal. And then the trade entry is lower high. And now the projection here is a lower low, but of course, nobody's trading right now. Okay. We're at 30% of normal volume. Okay. Yeah, it could be Frank, right? So okay. You got to go further out, right, Frankie? Yeah, so what Frank is trying to say here is on the first day of January, the market gave to me yearly M3. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Yeah, look at that. So we got our M3, okay, which projects this as our target, okay, which, by the way, is just 2 shakes of a lamb's tail away from when I tell you to stop trading, take profit, and go on vacation. Okay? That day is here. So very cool, which, again, in my 2022 outlook, we talked about that. Huh? Does anybody remember Canada Day in my 2022 outlook? Anthony Liu says S&P 500 has been noise. Is it noise or nice? Noise. Yeah, if it's noise, I agree with you. Noise, no. Good. Yes, one person does remember. Good. Okay. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I thought so, Anthony. Nice. Hear, hear. Okay, so anyways, all of this are your canaries. Go back to taking a look at commodities, all right? So we have gold, right? Gold holding, WTI holding, okay? May have another move down. Bitcoin. I heard Solana was down 17% today. Who's that, Ray D? Oh, they're dumping it? Try to raise some money? Yeah. Okay. Again, I'm going to post the link for you to sign up. I'm going to forget. So I gotta keep it on my mind. Please sign up. Please sign up. Okay, cool. So anyways, Biddy's in trouble. Seems to be more sellers. Oh, is that right? Cool. Let's see. Oh, I guess I'm not getting emailed. I forgot to click on the little thing. Hang on. I want to update something so I get notifications. It's so stupid, the system sometimes. You have to tell it to notify you. Yeah, all right. We got a few people already. That's good. I guess I got to go settings. No. Probably under here. Go over there. Edit this. Hang on. This one may not actually have it. That's probably why it's not there. Oh no, here it is. Get notified. And I will do there. Cool. All right. All righty. So we got that taken care of. Good. That's right. I'm going to have to manually add that. I'm going to have to manually add that. All right. So very cool. So we're going to do that next week. Let's now move over to, I don't know, I guess we'll do exotic pairs. Here's South African Rand. Okay, in a very similar fashion to oil, to the DAX. Okay, we have a top. Okay, and then we have this lower low idea. Okay, so what I did, and again, this is weeks ago I did this for you. I identified this area. Okay, you can see it was old support. And then, obviously this. That uses price action. I did an overview on Fibonacci. So I take the lowest low. And then I go there, and we know that this is the sweet spot, which is the same thing. It's the same thing. Whether you use Fibonacci or price action, it's the same thing. Yeah. It's probably an Elliott wave, too. It's probably 5 waves down, 3 waves up, and then probably working its way back around. Whatever, dude. Pick your poison. Okay? So, Frank, it will be recorded. You will have 2 weeks to watch the recording. Coupon code for, there's no coupon code, family time. Coupon code for what? Yeah. Does it even ask for a coupon code? No, there's no coupon code. It's $10. Oh. I see. No, if you want, I think it says 35 hours. Someone told me it's more like, or 65 hours, and somebody told me it's more like 88. Like, you got to pay the $88. I mean, there's no way around that. You can attend this event for $10 and then that's it, but your call. Whatever. All right, so, so what you see now, like, think of this as your strategy. Okay. Okay. And then the tactic here, can you see it? So where you are now is here. You see? That's where we are now. You're either trading it or you ain't. Is you is or is you ain't my baby? Okay. Look at this beautiful trade, huh? Now, you don't get a carry on it. You get a negative carry, so you don't want to hold it during rollover. But look how amazingly up it's been, huh? Beautiful, huh? Look at that, just beautiful. But again, you can't hold it during rollover. You're going to get crushed. Did we finish? Oh, I guess I didn't do this one yet. All right, so here's my Mexican peso. Last night we were up in here during the day trading group. Okay, and once again, we're looking at this as a double top. And a double top is a reversal pattern. Looks like this is the lower low, lower high. And then it's just been riding the moving averages down to the central pivot point, which is actually expected off of the target high. Okay. I gave my friend a Christmas present and he just pinged me. 10-year-old bottle of champagne and he's like, holy snap. Cool. Anyways, pa-ching, pa-chow. Okay. Pa-ching, pa-chow. Okay, going out to a 4-hour, you can see what's going on here even better. You have an even better view. Okay. Okay, there's definitely a top, don't you stink? And the way I've taught you to trade, okay, it's very, very basic, is that's where you look for price action, in this case, continuation of a reversal. The other way you can do it, because that's just price action, another way, and another classic way, is to obviously use the moving averages. Okay, now moving averages are a dynamic level of resistance in this case, 21 below the 55. So it's a DLR. Okay, and then price action is a little more subjective, like I could have done that, I suppose. Well, see, in that moment, I didn't know. So I tried to connect this old high with this current low, and I suppose you could spread that out a little bit, and it's pretty close, right? But remember, all of these are sort of guesstimates. We know that somewhere around 1950, if there are bears, they're going to try it. And then using moving averages, again, somewhere around that 1950. And we don't know if it's going to hold. I mean, it could still do one of these. But nonetheless, it is riding the 21, and it may continue to do so for a while. Right? In that case, what would be great is lower low, lower high kind of thing, right? And I have now, on interest only, interest only, or income only, I now have an internal rate of return of 60%. Isn't that nice? Just on the swap. For every dollar, okay, for every dollar I actually invested into this project, and that's how internal rate of return works. So for every dollar I put into the apartment building, I already earned 60% back. So how do you have such a high RRR if it's on interest-only swap? Well, that's, again, how this is a financial measurement, okay, of risk-reward, if you will. Because if I buy an apartment building, okay, and let's say I collect rent for 5 years, and then on the 5th year, I sell the apartment building for profit. Okay? Profit. So let's say I sell it for 10 million bucks. Okay? I bought it for 9 million. What's my return? Well, did I pay cash? Or did I have a mortgage? Does it change my return? See, it depends on how I structured the deal. If I paid cash, okay, if I paid cash, I earned 1 million on my 9 million. But what if I got a mortgage and I got and I earned $1 million profit, but I only had 3 million in cash and $6 million mortgage? Either way, I've earned 1 million. So the 1 million is constant, right? So you can mark that by 1 M bar meaning constant, 1M bar. Either way, I earned 1 million. But if I used 9 million to earn 1 million, I got 1/9. Okay? But if I only used 3 million of my money, I got 1 million, right? I got a 33%, not ROI, but internal rate of return. You see? Which is way better than this. Okay. What is this? 11%? See, that's a management decision in your when you're doing the math of your finance. You're like, how can I deploy my capital to get the best return? Because you might be able to invest into 3 projects now instead of 1. Instead of using $9 million to do 1 project, you get a bank to be your major investor. Remember, the bank doesn't take any part of this 1 million in profit. It's just a cost. You see? So anyways. You're sick of the story, huh? You're sick of it? Cool. Sick of it, Wayne. I'm sick of it. All right, fine. So that's Rand, that's Lira, that's Peso. Okay. Little Oscar Mike. Big change in direction. US dollar weakness, which is interesting because the stock market isn't rallying. You can look at Euro here. Okay. Back testing the top. Yeah, I could do that. Daily routine. Yeah, I can do that. Some of it on a simple level, right? On a simple level, I always work. So if you ask my wife what my routine is, she has no idea. Not that she's dumb or naive or I hide it from her. She can't keep it straight because I'm always doing something. I'm always doing something. Even during holidays, I'm doing something. Okay? While you're out partying, drinking champagne, I'll probably be writing my year-end review. You know, I'm always doing something. But I could break it down into really digestible pieces. Yeah, for sure. And then I could even sprinkle in what I would suggest to myself if I would listen to me. Right? It's right. Sort of like do as I say, not as I do. But yeah, I could see that. I would also think about it, and maybe while writing it, I can change aspects of my life to fit my own advice, which I think would be very interesting. Top of the morning, blessings to you too, Richard. Cool. So just to let you guys know, this year you can attend my 2023 Outlook for $10. As you know, it's posted. Many of you already signed up. Let me post it one more time. What about 2024? I'm going to start doing these on cruise ships and only cruise ships. So I'd like to do, and I'm planning it already for January, early January, like the second week of January, 2024. 100 of us are going to meet on a cruise. And we're going to do a conference. And in the conference, I'm going to give you my 2024 outlook. I hope to, if we do get 100 or even more people, I think maybe we could afford in the budget for me to bring in a couple of other speakers. Wouldn't it be great to convince Mohammed Al-Arian, who used to manage over $1 trillion? Wouldn't it be cool to have him come on the cruise with us? You know, I think that'd be cool. I don't know if he's got that kind of time, but it'd be great. Or maybe I can get some of my hedge fund manager friends and we can just talk about hedge funds for a few hours. But whatever, but I want you to start thinking about it. I want to start doing it, an annual routine where every January, right after the holidays are done, we're going to travel to a warm tropical place and plan the year out as a crew, as a group. Some training, some group work, some networking, some partying. Okay? Get some other speakers in. Maybe I'll get like I said before, maybe we can get, a general from the Marines to come in and talk about stress or preparation or strategy or tactics or, okay. Richard, question for Wayne. I'm going to join the swing group. Good. How do I get the templates? All the templates are in FX Bootcamp. Do I still have that open? FX Bootcamp. Guess I got to log in again. And, oh, yeah. Guess I got to reorganize. Here it is. They're all there. They're like a bear. Cool. Oh, really? Anton Krell? I don't know who that is, but okay. I actually want to copy my friend Vishen, who does something called Awesome Fest. I think he's got that right. Yeah. So I don't know Antoine, but again, my buddy Vishen, I think had it right. Just the idea of getting together and bringing in people from all different walks of life, different types of success. And so again, it'd be interesting to go to a Forex trading, or not even Forex. I think that's too limited. Financial markets conference, but have all the speakers not be traders. Because what you don't want to, at least what I kind of find boring, is a bunch of people going up there telling you what they think is going to happen. Like, I don't even care. Like, I really don't. So wouldn't it be interesting, like I said, to have like a professional athlete talk about performing under stress, having a military leader talking about the proper combination of strategy and tactics. Having an Aikido master talking about energy. You know? And I think a lot of people would enjoy experts coming in and talking about wine, how to judge a fine wine, how to judge a diamond. I think it'd be great to have tailors come in and talk about bespoke tailoring and clothes and suits. And I think it'd be great to have someone come in and bring us like $1 million worth of watches. And all of a sudden, you know the difference between these things. And you're like, why does that matter? Well, wouldn't it be interesting to walk into a room and spot the billionaire by looking at their shoes? Okay? Right? The difference between a Patek and a Panerai. Okay? I think there's all kinds of cool things that we could do as a crew. All right. So anyways, euro dollar. Yep. Right at my resistance line, right in the fib line. And remember, what we've been talking about is no matter how much you want this to be bearish, it is bullish. And there is no doubt about that. Yeah, everybody seems to love Warren Buffett. I don't. Let me just say it that way. So like, oh, but Warren Buffett, oh, whatever, dude. Okay, let's just say I don't think he's an idiot. I think he knows a lot about how he wants to be perceived in the market. But I also think most people don't understand exactly who he is. Sure. But I think it's because he probably doesn't want blood on his nice shoes. But if you're going to work with him, you're going to spill blood, my friend. He's going to suck you dry. But there's viciousness in the world for sure. All right. And then we look at yens, and I think we'll call it. Oh, Wayne, when I click the link, the page is frozen. Takes you straight to the checkout. Yeah. But that's interesting. There's nothing but a checkout. There's no advertising pitch. There's no video pitching why you should sign up. Oh, okay. Good. Yeah, pound reacting from yesterday. Remember, yesterday was brutal. But also remember, yesterday the UK was closed and now it's open. So it's not that much of a shocker, is it? Now, looking at the ends, okay, we had this giant move. We know that's YCC. One of the things we talked about is, is 50 basis points enough to bring money back home to Japan? Or does it still pay to invest overseas? So what you want to look at, okay, is the swap, let's say, using our terms. You want to look at the swap of the investment. So let's say, we're looking at pound yen. Okay, what's the swap for the pound? Okay, if Japanese investors bought a 10-year British bond. Okay. And then what is the cost of hedging? And with all that, the relative risk that's still potential. versus just buying a 10-year JGB in Japan. And we might not be there where, even though we had this dramatic move down because of yield curve control, what I told you is don't get sucked into it. Do the research, do the math. At some point, as the yield on the JGB is allowed to rise, okay, this whole regime is just a little too complicated and not profitable enough versus this. So when does that happen? When the 10-year is at 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2? Well, I think by the time this is 2, and remember there's no hedging cost. So if this gets down to, if you buy the pound yen and you have it all hedged, you bring this and you do this scheme and you're only making 1.5%, and the JGB is paying 1.5 or 2, then guess what? The flow of capital around the world will change. And that was my advice to day trading and swing trading group a week ago. Pay attention to these things. And so what I think we're seeing here, some of it could just be a technical bounce, and maybe we do this again, but it's more like this is the change in policy, but it still might be more profitable, or right, to invest overseas for Japanese investors. Now, you might remember somebody said, and I believe it was this pair, they asked me, should they go long here? And I said, no, I wouldn't want you to do that on my behalf. But what I said is you could wait for it to reverse and maybe make a higher high. I said you can't go against this move until, right, a double bottom or a higher high, higher low scenario. Then you could. But even then, it's counter to the change that the central bank made. But again, maybe this change isn't big enough to change the flow of capital in the long term. So here's the thing. Now, whoever said it here, I'm sure would have gotten out for a loss at some point on that. But maybe they got back in here, and maybe now they're making money. But what they don't know is that sometime in the future, they'll do that again, and it won't work because money will flow back to Japan. Because the whole cost structure is different, and therefore that changes the flow of capital. Okay. Cool. All right. So how many people are going to attend next week for the Outlook? How many people are going to be there? Or watch the video? How many are signing up? Let's do that. Yep. On will think about it. It's $10. Cool. Yep. Awesome. Awesome blossom. Signed up a few minutes ago. That's great. On's in. Cool. Cool. Because it's going to take me a lot of work whether there's 5 people or 50 people. Okay? Cool. And then I have something else interesting to share. I am fully booked. It's all been paid for. I am going to Cuba. Oh, yeah. So in a couple of weeks from now, I'm going to miss like a Monday and a Tuesday session, but I'll be home by Wednesday. But so there's a non-farm payrolls coming up. Is it on the 9th, I think? So, yeah. So soon as non-farm payrolls is over, I'm heading out. If you happen to know an economist in Havana specifically, not just a Cuban economist, but one in Havana, maybe at the University de la Cuba, let me know if you know somebody. Oh, it's not a vacation. No, I don't take vacations. No. I love my work. I don't need vacations. But I do need to meet, I would like to meet an economist in Havana, maybe at the university. So I'm kind of surfing the web. I might contact some people at Harvard, some professors there, but it's a weird time of year to say, hey, you know, because look, nobody's working, right? Like, I don't think university professors are available right now. So I don't know. I'm going to struggle to reach somebody in time. Yes. De la Habana. Yeah. So, and it looks like a good university too. And their library, I look at them like, oh my God, that looks like the Widener Library at Harvard, which is kind of interesting. Like, it's like, is that a, but anyways, it looks like a good university. So I'm going to try to find, that's one of my goals. I'm going to try to find a professor of economics and maybe have lunch. Biblioteca Jose Marti. Yeah, cool. It looks like Widener Library. But yeah, so anyways, if you know, just even if you know, if you know a famous economist in Havana, I'd like to meet that person, maybe buy lunch, maybe have just coffee and a cigar, I don't know. But I think that'd be great. Okay? Cool. But it should be really cool because none of my friends can go, so I can rub it in their face whenever I see them. Right? Every time I light a cigar, I'm like, oh, this reminds me of the time I was in Havana. And not everybody else in the world, you know, it's not a big deal. But in America, it's pretty cool. So anyways, I'm looking forward to learning as much about the Cuban economy as possible because I'm not trained in that type of economy. I'm not going in with the presumption that the way that I've been trained to run an economy is better, superior, right, and they're wrong. But I do know that economics is the study of scarcity, in particular, the decisions we make because of the scarcity. And I don't know, I don't want to be prejudging, but I have been around the world. I've been almost everywhere. And I see an entrepreneurial spirit in almost every human culture there is. And so I expect, I presume, and I might be wrong, but that despite the economic choice that the government has made, the economic system that the government has chosen for their people, people are probably still very entrepreneurial. And they make choices all the time to conquer a scarcity, issue. And I'd love to, I want to witness it. I want to see it. I want to talk to people, right? I want to just sit on the curb and watch the world walk by and see what's going on. So I'm going with an open mind, an open heart, open eyes and ears. And I want to learn from the good people of Cuba. It'd be very interesting to meet with an economist. How many days? Oh, I see. I don't have time. That's my issue. So I'm only there like 3 days or something. Very, very short. Very, very short. My number one purpose of being there is to start writing my book, or your book. I need to start writing your book. So that's going to be sort of my getaway, so I can focus and just focus. Have nothing else to do. Like all my breakfasts is already taken care of. All my lunch is already taken care of. The only thing I have to do is find a place to go to eat. And I'm sure one of the nights I'm going to eat at the hotel because it's a famous restaurant. The rest I'll probably be out in the street. But like maybe I'll go, made a recommended one jazz club where I can go listen to some jazz, go up on the roof, have a cigar, maybe some tapas, and you know, great. I'll probably knock that out. Right? Yeah, I'll Google it. I'll grab that right now, in fact. So, yeah, I'm not there to party. I'm not there for vacation. But I'm going there to learn and to think and to write. Okay, where is that? Okay, I'll look it up. Oh yeah, that's right. I've already been to the website. That's cool. Let me pull up that map again. So again, if you can help me, if you know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, Tallahassee. There's a restaurant in Tallahassee named that. Oh, yeah, okay. All right, yeah, okay. All right, cool. So we'll do that. Oh, thank you, Maida. Yeah, just, you know, a classically, like, a true economist. Again, someone with the university would be really great. Yeah, and that kind of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, but see, and that scares me a little bit because I don't know what can and can't be done. You know, like I'm so stupid and naive, right? Like if I say the wrong things, am I thrown in jail? Or if I ask the wrong questions, are they thrown in jail? You know, I don't think it's that bad, but could it be? I don't know. I do have internet access at the hotel, a whopping 4 megabits. Yeah, 4 megabits. So maybe I can do a Zoom. Maybe I can. Yeah. Let them talk. Yeah. Yeah. No, but I'd be interested. Like, I can just say, look, I know what I know, but I don't know what I don't know. And I could be filled with a bunch of, you know, capitalist pig dog propaganda. I don't like a capitalism that's focused on, you know, you can't be happy unless you have a fast car and a big house. I get the flaws in that system. And I understand that capitalism on its own definitely leads to income inequality. And I understand those risks and those failures. I understand them. So someone else's point of view on maybe a better system or right? Right? Actually, Maida, I'm going to be there as an Australian. Right? Australia. So I have to fake an accent while I'm there. G'day, mate. How are ya? Shall I throw a pip on the barbie for ya? Yeah. Crikey. Okay. Forex Pivots is better than when there's no internet there. Yeah, and I could probably buy a SIM card. I was in China, and I just bribed a bunch of people and got a SIM card with a local Chinese number, and it was all good. Couldn't get Google, though. Where's my Google? They're like, hey, loser, there's no Google in China. I'm like, there's no Google? What an idiot. Yeah, well, I'll tell them I'm Canadian. I'll travel on the Aussie. I'm a complicated dude. Yeah, they will be spying on me. Yeah, the thing is, there's so many like Canadians there and Germans, right? Like, there's so many Canadians. It's redonkulous. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm just so, yeah, I'm concerned that I'm going to get cat calls all day because I'm so pretty. All right, so that's that. So yeah, if you guys can help me, we have about a week or so, maybe about 2 weeks to kind of put together a mini agenda for me in Havana. Again, it'd be nice to meet with one or two people that can talk. Whether I prefer economics, maybe business. Okay. Did I catch Gary Gensler on Yahoo Finance talking regulation and coming in? No. Talking about offshore folks. It's going to give you a password. Oh no, I didn't see that. Remember, there's nothing wrong or illegal with an offshore account. In fact, every single hedge fund manager that I know has offshore accounts. And it's just the way that it works, right? So like if I expand this quickly, okay, you start up a fund here, Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. And that they're licensed and registered, okay, in the USA. So they're licensed, let's say, with the CFTC, okay, NASD, could be NFA, and SEC. Now, I do know people that have structures like this because they have some securities that they trade that require the SEC to oversee. But if you're doing Forex and futures, you would just need NFA and not SEC. But I do know that, right? But they're like, let's just say you're licensed and registered, in which you earn money and you pay taxes and you have regulatory oversight, okay? But that's the manager. Okay? This isn't done to avoid taxes. You cannot avoid taxes. If you're setting up an offshore account to avoid taxes, you're a criminal. You have to understand that. It's not about tax avoidance at all. That's what criminals do. Okay? So, but then you set up a fund. Okay? And that fund could be in the Caribbean. So like this manager I'm thinking about here just opened a new fund in the Cayman Islands. Okay? And the fund hires the manager. Okay? And you might have an investor who has an LLC somewhere else, okay, British Virgin Islands maybe, and okay, they invest into the fund. Okay. And then there's a broker. Because this money's got to go to the fund to the broker. The broker is also regulated, but the broker might be in Switzerland. Okay. And this broker has their own compliance, licensing stuff. Okay. And this fund has compliance and licensing. Okay. So it's totally normal. Okay. Again, I'll say it one more time to be clear. If you are the manager, or let's say you're this investor, and then you open up a BVI LLC, and then you get yourself a little credit card and use this credit card to spend money. Okay? You spend money. Doesn't even matter what it's for. Just trivial things. You're buying stuff on Amazon or whatever. Or quite obvious, you're buying fur coats for your girlfriend or something. And you're spending this money, right? And then you do not declare taxes. Okay? You do not declare it on your taxes. That's fraud. And you will lose all your assets. And you could possibly go to jail. And there are famous actors that have gone to jail. Okay? And you're like, they take your money. I know somebody that got down to something like, I think he had $28 in his bank account. He was going through financial trouble. Right? And, or what? No. No, he had more than that. I can't remember what it was. Anyways, long story short, he went to the ATM to withdraw some money, and he noticed that the IRS took it out. And he had less money than an ATM. He had less than $20 in his bank account. That's basically the story. It was a really, really small amount of money, but the IRS took it anyways, so it left him with like $2. And that's when he just had a nervous breakdown and cried. So, look, structuring something offshore is normal. Where is Apple Computer domiciled? Ireland. In fact, if you look at like the top Dow companies, I think none of them are actually domiciled directly in America. And out of the S&P 500, probably most of them are not actually domiciled in America. Yeah. Well, avoiding and evading, I'm using as the same, Anthony. But lowering taxes is one thing. Having a tax strategy or something. Like what I'm preaching, here's what I'm trying to preach. Right? Let me just say it this way. I don't want you to break the law. I think it's dumb to break the law. I would never break the law, nor would I recommend to you should break the law. I think you should be in full compliance. What I'm trying to tell you is it's actually very, 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 very normal, but you have to know what you're doing. Okay? So Gary Gensler, I'm not sure. I'll try to Google that Yahoo. I'll try to Yahoo that, right? I'll try to Yahoo that interview. But anyways, if you are American, let me say it this way. If you are American, you will pay taxes on everything that your offshore company makes. Okay? Okay? That's that. You will pay taxes on all the money you make. But you won't have FIFO. Okay? Forex Pivot says, yes, even every properly educated person knows that federal income tax is a scam, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Look, it is a game. There are rules to the game. If you have money, you can hire a team and a staff to play the game well. But if you break the rules, Forex Pivot, you risk losing your liberty. So you can feel really smart, but then spend 5 years in federal prison and miss your daughter's wedding. Because you were so smart. And you'll find out that it was probably over a $25,000 tax bill, and you're like, 25 grand? They're going to lock you up for 5 years of your life for 25 grand? What the hell do you need 25 grand for? That doesn't even buy you a car. You're going to steal 25 grand and risk giving up 5 years of your life? You know, like, it just doesn't make any sense, right? There's no logical sense. Unless you make less than $5,000 a year, right? So anyways, yeah, it's a fun game. The secret is make boatloads of money and then hire a good team to pay fair taxes, play according to the rules. And there are very favorable rules. But I don't avoid taxes. I love paying taxes. I love the United States. It's a great country. I'm not going to screw them on taxes. Okay? I pay lots of taxes. It's wonderful. Okay. So anyways, there you go. All right. Well, I guess I got to do some work. So, will those accounts and attorneys be present on the cruise? So my thought on that one, Peanut Butter, is if you guys want to do it, and like, dude, somebody kicked down my door, like, dude, Wayne, do it. I'll make phone calls. I can get this stuff done. I know it in my brain, so I can go on a cruise and teach, like, stuff you've never heard before. But also what I'll do is I'll make some phone calls. I don't think the attorneys will be on this ship, but maybe. But I thought what would happen is we would roll in to the Bahamas and the attorneys are waiting. And what you'll do is probably a half an hour interview with them because there's certain things that need to be done. There's certain things that they need to get from you, copy of your identification and all that kind of stuff, because they'll have to file with the government and they'll have to pay fees and all that kind of stuff. But what I thought is I would just take care of everything. And so you just show up, you do the interview, they get your ID, they get your information packet and stuff, like things like choosing your name. So you have to have 3 different names and all that kind of stuff. And they start the process of building the packet. And by the time you get home, they'll probably have a rough draft. You review all the packet and then they start filing for you. Right. So, I think that'd be really cool. That's how I envision it. And then on the way back, I'll teach you how to talk about your newly formed hedge fund, right? But you remember they gotta form your corporation with the government. They got, and the local regulatory authorities, that has to all be done. Paperwork has to be filed in the United States to show that you're the UBO, the ultimate beneficiary owner of this offshore hedge fund, because they want to tax you. So they need to talk to each other, right? You need to start the process of applying for a bank account, and opening a corporate bank account takes time. It takes a lot of information, that kind of stuff. It's almost bigger than starting the company. And then once that's done, you got to have your bylaws and your first board meeting. And so you have to, elect to open a trading account for the purpose of speculation in Forex and futures markets. And so where is that going to be? Is that going to be at a firm in the Caribbean? Is it going to be a firm in Switzerland? Do you want your bank account to be in the Caribbean, or do you want your bank account to be in Switzerland? What do you want to do? There's different processes and different fees. So you're like, man, I like the idea of a Swiss bank account better. Cool. Well, that might be $400 more, but no big deal, right? And so now you'll have a Swiss bank account regulated in Switzerland. You'll have a corporation in the Caribbean under those jurisdictions, and right, and all that kind of stuff. And they all have to communicate well with each other. Cool, right? But it all just gets done. Or you can do it yourself, hire your own people, but you might not know how to do it. So why don't we speed it up, and you're done in one weekend, and you write the whole thing off in your taxes? $10,000 and you're done. That's what I want to see if I can get done. The cruise, the training, your room, your board, your taxes, your tips, your Wi-Fi, your attorneys, your government fees, your banking fees, like literally everything is done. You just show up with ID, and you have an offshore account, an offshore company, an offshore trading account, and an offshore banking account, and it's all set up legally, structured properly, and talking to all the right authorities. Oh my God, wouldn't that be done? Wouldn't that be nice, where you're just like 10 grand and you're done? 90 days later, you're in business, like kind of thing, right? So that'd be cool. Yeah. What I need, I think it was 16 people, 16 cabins, right? 16 cabins for us to get, the corporate deal with the cruise line. So look, if there's 16 people, dude, we can do it in March. We can do it in March or April. Let's go. If we have 16 people, done. Let's do it. I'll make some phone calls. I'll get it done. But I got a lot going on. So if it's sort of like, yeah, that's kind of interesting. Well, then I don't, it's got to be a priority. So kick down my door. If you want me to do it, make me do it. I'm willing to do it. Let's do it. Okay. Yeah. And I'm telling you, I've already paid for the process because I want to open another one. And I paid for it, and then COVID hit, and they still owe me. So maybe I'll call those guys up. I'm like, hey, I've already paid for everything. A, should we still do it? Or B, maybe I can give it away as a credit. Because I'm like, no, maybe I don't need it now. Wouldn't it be interesting if it was like, I could do it as a prize? Like, if we got 20 people together, wouldn't it be interesting if one out of the 20, we do a random drawing, and you get that for free? You can just take my credit. I've already paid for it. Right? We have dinner. Like, dude, I'm going to tell you, the dinner that we do on that evening will be probably one of the most, if not the most memorable dinner of your entire life. Even if you've lived a very full and interesting life, you will never, ever, ever forget the meal that I'll set up for us, where all 20 of us will sit down, and it will be unbelievable. You will have the best story ever from that trip. Okay? You know, something pretty amazing. For example, in that space, I held the oldest bottle of wine in the world, worth millions of dollars. I held it in my hand in that space. Just to give you a sense of like, holy shit. So just while you're raising money from investors, having stories like that where you can just, you know, oh, you like wine? You know what's really interesting? Is I've held the oldest bottle of wine in the world. They're like, really? Where is that? Oh, well, when I was domiciling my hedge fund in the Caribbean, blah, 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 blah. Like, yeah. Will the trip be recorded? Absolutely not. I would like to repeat the trip once a year. So like maybe every January we do a trip, and every for the annual conference, and then maybe every sort of mid-year we go to the Caribbean for everyone that wants a domicile, right? That kind of stuff. Okay. So anyway, yeah. But will the trip be recorded? No. I'm trying to do agent for this group. I love it. Yeah, just go anyways, right? Well, you know, I guess what I could do, how about this? If you wanted to learn about hedge funds and hedge fund marketing and want to have an epic dinner with like-minded people that are also either interested or actually doing it, but you're not ready, or you don't actually want to incorporate, or you don't even need to incorporate. You just want to hang out with a bunch of emerging managers. Because that's what it would be, right? A bunch of startup CEOs, right? That's what it is. A bunch of emerging managers. Maybe I could do it where I can just back out all the lawyer fees and stuff like that. So, you know, you attend all the training, you meet all the same people, you have the same dinners, we have the same conversations. You just don't meet with the lawyers. I'm into that because we got to have 20 rooms sold, right? So if only half the people are ready, but the other half are willing, hey man, let's do it. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. So maybe it's like, I don't know, what would it be like? Maybe it's, I'm guessing, let me guess, $2,500 without the lawyers, $10,000 with the lawyers, that kind of stuff. I guess I'm just throwing out just the idea. I mean, I don't know, but yeah. Vegetarian, non-alcoholic. Yeah, sure. So anyways, I got to go, babe. It was real. Okay. Oh, Kevin's like, I'm at that point. Like, dude, email me. You're like, Wayne, do the hedge fund cruise. We'll just call it the hedge fund cruise. It'll be I will teach you everything about the hedge fund industry in like 3 or 4 hours of training. And then we'll get there and we can talk to the lawyers. I'll have the lawyers maybe do a presentation about how to structure things legally and properly, right? So that you know why you're in compliance and how to stay in compliance. We have the awesome dinner on the way back. I'll do a few hours of hedge fund marketing training. And like I said, the cruise is already planned that we meet outside near the pool. They're going to close the whole pool off for us at night. We're going to have a bar with whiskeys and bourbons and wines. I'll have boxes of cigars, and we'll have a jazz band. And we'll sail under the stars. How amazing is that, huh? I already got a plan. It's negotiated. It's priced. It's done. So, anyways, have a wonderful day, everybody. Thank you for dreaming with me. This is the time of year to dream big. We have 33% of the normal volume. 66% of traders are not even here. So don't overtrade when you're the only person. You're not here to outsmart the market. You're supposed to be trying to figure out what the market wants to do. Well, what do you do when there's no market? Usually lose money. Okay? So one last time, in about a week, or I think maybe in exactly 1 week, I'm going to do the outlook. I have to get the page back. Hang on. Where's the link? Get the link. Here we go. Get link. Okay. In 1 week, I'm going to do the annual outlook. It's going to cost you $10. Oh man, it didn't grab the link. Jeez whiz, Windows is so dumb sometimes. Okay. I guess I'll have to manually copy. Let's see if it'll work this time. Paste. There we go. Okay, there you go. To understand the overview of the entire year, and I'm going to do research. It's not just guessing. I will do research to back up my point of view. You'll probably get a base case and worst case kind of view. But I'll back it up with real details, with a real thought process. I'll promise you that. And then for those that want to do the hedge fund cruise in the next, let's say, 4 or 5 months, remember, I need a group of 20 for us to do it. Otherwise, it's not financially feasible. I'll make the phone calls. I'll spend the time. I'll set it all up. Like I said, I already paid for the process and years ago. So I even have a credit, really. So we can make it fun or something. I don't know, but like I can do it. We can do it. You just got to like email me and say, dude, seriously, do it. I need it. I want it. I'm ready. Then okay, fine. I'll give you my time. Okay, so cool. Let me, hang on a second. Boop, 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 boop. Let's do it here. There we go. Peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. I will see you at 4 o'clock if you're in my day trading group. And for everyone else, I will see you Thursday morning. Remember, Thursday afternoon, if you're in my swing trading group or my day trading group, we are meeting tomorrow at 4. It'll probably be a 3-hour meeting. This one, I'd like to do some group work. So schedule the time if you're around. I love you, babe. I got to jump.